I am Viacus. This is my Magic Templar PvP healer. This is the build that I've been running and the majority of my content that I've been putting out. I'll do a quick check on the character sheet. There's nothing special going on. Take a screenshot. It's kind of low mag. Um, Here's with retro staff bar. For my stat or attributes, I'm running a little bit into health. I like to keep that high health pool. I run an Atronach to try to get a little bit. I have some expensive skills, so um, running Atronach is very helpful. And then I also need it because I'm running a little different on my skill bar. So Bewitched Sugar Skulls, you can run whatever you need. I like the health recovery. I mean, sitting there with the potion buff, I'm at 1200 health recovery. It's really good. It's just nice to have that. Skills, real quick. Um, Primary heal bar, energy orb. You can swap this to the opposite bar if your group needs combat prayer. You can drop combat prayer here. Hasty prayer. I probably never take this off my bar again, even though it's very expensive. It just keeps everybody moving. It's got a nice range if everybody's staying tight, and it's just a huge heal. Like there's there's not too many burst heals that weren't absolutely crushed this patch for healers. So hasty prayer is really good. Combat prayer, it's just kind of weak. You can't use that as your burst heal. Uh, Illustrious healing, another heal over time. A little bit of a burst heal, but just not much. And then rate regeneration, race against time for snare removal, major expedition, and then reviving barrier. This is a phenomenal skill. It's not a huge damage shield, but it is a phenomenal skill. You can increase this if you want through the Bastion passives, but as far as your max health, your resistances, your critical resistance, the shield does enough for you, but more so it helps you squish your teammates. For opposite bar for sword and shield, we have Breath of Life, which you can swap this out for javelins, shards, dark flare if you need that, major defile. I like Breath of Life there. It's just a little bit of I mean, I'm not hitting 10k even on my crits, but it's nice to be able to just throw it out there when you need it. Heroic Slash is another go-to of mine. That's very helpful when you're lower on heal alts, and then overwhelming or overflowing altar. Go with this morph. Don't run the other morph. This one's just better. It gives a bigger synergy, and I've had this crit on people for well over 30k, or a heal for over 30k. Efficient Purge is another good benefit, or a good option there as well. So I run Ritual Retribution. I'm running Curse Eater, so I do this one so I can keep a little bit of a damage in the area. It's nice to have that damage. Pulls bombers out of stealth. You know, it's just kind of nice. Restoring focus. This is why we have to run the Mag Recovery Mundus, is because we're running the opposite morph. If we were running, and this is too good to pass up. It doesn't show up on our sheet, but you get 240 stamina recovery every second. And this right here isn't affected by blocking, so there you go. Time freeze, an amazing stun, good target, keeps people focused on where to hit. and Repentance. Newly added, it's just a great refresher after a dump, and both of these I can keep them up when getting dropped on with the negate. And then Remembrance, I put this on my back bar, on my sword and board bar, because I'm a little bit tankier on my sword and board bar while I'm popping this. I'm not vulnerable because I have major protection, but I am just standing there for 4 seconds, and I need to be a little thicker when I'm trying to keep my team alive. Inventory, I'm running Senche Grot. I think this is an overlooked two-piece. You got healing done. You can run this in a restoration staff if you want. You can run Curse Eater on this bar, since there is a little bit of a cooldown on Curse Eater, which we'll get to. But this is an overlooked set. There are other staffs, Master Staff or BRP, whatever you want. But this is how I run it, and it works for me. I run the Absorb Magic enchant on both bars. Run Sturdy with max health, max Magicka, because I already have enough max health. And then again, Powered. It's just too good. I'll do a bar swap real quick. So, Curse Eater, you remove 3 negative effects per target every 8 seconds. This can happen. Give them 678 Magicka. That's just too good to pass up. I really like this. It pairs really well with Earth Gore and being a Templar. And then next up, I'm running Seducer. I do swap Seducer out for Gossamer. Gossamer is a phenomenal set. Even next patch, this is going to be viable. You have more than enough heals to keep it up. And even in 5 light, 2 heavy, 5-1-1, however you're running this, it's very easy to run this. So running Gossamer with Curse Eater, it's just there's a lot that you can get away with as far as you're continually cleansing, removing 3 negative effects up from individuals, plus you're giving them major evasion. And on top of that, you are keeping them a little bit faster with Hasty Prayer. And giving them a barrier. So everything kind of revolves around that little bit. Also give them that nice synergy or that purify. So between that little bit, there's just not much that you need else for this build. For champion points, we'll go through this pretty fast. They're kind of basic. I just have summon the Ironclad to almost negate all of Master of Arms. Have enough crit resistance to keep at that 33 to 3400. 16% into Thick Skin, 9% and 12%. There's a lot more elemental damage than this right here. These two kind of go hand in hand. Like, yes, you can mitigate a little bit more as far as Dawnbreakers, leaps, and whatnot. Those you can block through. It's just one instant burst. The dot you can cleanse off from Dawnbreaker. Like, it's, dots. But you have Desteralts and Crystal Frag spammers. Like, it's just a lot of extra hate coming in. So I just like that extra couple percent into Elemental Defender. Quick recovery, just enough to benefit from the other heals and my own heals. Siphoner, yes, I'm Doing a lot of heavy and light attacks with this build, so you'll see me just hitting people off in the distance and applying this for 3 seconds, and you'll see them kind of panic a little bit when they don't have resources. A little bit into break free. Tenacity would like a couple more points into this, but it's not needed too much. Argonian, Tristat potions, heavy armor, restoration staff. You get a lot into your recovery from heavy attacks. Arcanist only 13% in a match recovery, and then I do dodge roll a decent amount, but that's just to kind of, when blocking, I can't really get out of the way of what I need to. So I don't put anything into that. I'd rather have the reduced block cost, because there's more times where I'm just block casting anyway. I just block through. Blue CP, 100 and a blessed Elfborn. You're not dealing damage on this build, so you can even take the elemental defend or elemental expert and add it into your staff expert here, or physical expert if you find you're doing a lot more heavy attacks with your sword and board bar. But that's pretty much it. Isn't anything too spectacular.